Life on Earth in the year 2100. Okay, so you made it. Congratulations. You survived to the year 2100. How is life treating you? Hopefully, you have enough food to eat, water to drink, air to breathe, and a roof over your head. But if you're watching this video, you may be asking yourself, how did we get here? Well, strap in because things got pretty wild leading up to the 22nd century. Here's what the world will look like in the year 2100. The population of Earth has reached approximately 12 billion people, which is around 3 times the current population. With the birth rate continuing to climb, we are on track to hit 14 billion by 2100. Now, you may think that the growth has slowed down due to decreasing fertility rates in many countries. But keep in mind, there are still plenty of countries where large families are the norm. Additionally, global life expectancy has increased to 83 years old. So even though fewer babies are being born, longer lifespans mean more people in the older generations, allowing them to continue growing in number. And it's not just humans that are getting more numerous. By the year 2100, the number of pets worldwide is expected to increase from 296 million to 574 million. That's a lot more cat videos on social media. But where are all these people living? Urbanization has led to some massive cities. According to projections by the United Nations, Lagos in Nigeria will become the largest city on Earth, overtaking Tokyo. Other megacities such as Mumbai, Delhi, Dhaka, and Kinshasa are also expected to grow significantly. In fact, 8 of the top 10 most populated cities in 2100 will be in developing countries. These urban areas will need to accommodate more people and businesses, meaning architects and construction workers will be in high demand. We're expecting skyscrapers to reach new heights, literally. The rise in sea levels caused by climate change has forced coastal cities to build upwards. For example, the Netherlands has already started constructing floating houses to deal with rising water levels. This innovative housing solution could become commonplace in other coastal cities around the world. With the increasing cost of real estate in major cities, vertical farming, and urban farming in general will also become more common as people try to grow their own food close to home. Drone technology will be widely used for crop monitoring and precision agriculture, maximizing yields and minimizing waste. While urbanization is on the rise, there is another trend to consider. Many millennials and Gen Zers are choosing to live in rural areas or smaller towns. As remote work becomes the norm, people no longer need to be close to big cities for job opportunities. They can live further out in the countryside and commute to the office virtually. This movement away from big cities could lead to the revitalization of rural economies, leading to an increase in small-town living. When it comes to jobs, automation and artificial intelligence will be taking over many tasks currently done by humans. Repetitive and routine-based jobs are the first to go. However, new job opportunities will arise in fields related to AI and automation. People will need to work alongside robots and machines, requiring a new set of skills and expertise. The gig economy will continue to grow with more people working remotely and independently. This trend will allow for greater flexibility in work arrangements, but also poses challenges for job security and benefits. As technology advances, we can expect significant improvements in healthcare. Telemedicine will be widely adopted, allowing patients in remote areas to access specialist care. Wearable health trackers will provide real-time monitoring of vital signs, enabling early detection of potential issues. Gene editing technologies like CRISPR will revolutionize the treatment of genetic disorders, offering cures for diseases that were previously incurable. However, ethical considerations surrounding gene editing will continue to be debated. Speaking of health, people in 2100 will likely live longer than those today. Advances in medical science and technology will lead to treatments and interventions that combat age-related diseases. While death from heart disease and stroke will decrease, cancer will remain a leading cause of death. But we can expect ongoing research to lead to more effective treatments and cures for various types of cancer. Lifestyle changes, such as diets rich in fruits and vegetables and regular exercise, will contribute to longer, healthier lives. But let's talk about food. food production will need to increase by 60% to meet the demands of the growing population. This means farmers will need to find ways to grow more food on less land while using fewer resources. One way they can do this is through vertical farming, which allows crops to be grown in stacked layers, increasing production efficiency. Another method is aquaponics, which combines fish farming and hydroponics to create a sustainable food production system. By 2100, lab-grown meat will also become a common alternative to traditional meat production, reducing the environmental impact of animal agriculture. Consumers will also demand more sustainable and ethically produced food, driving innovation in the agricultural industry. By 2100, clean and accessible water will be a scarce resource. Population growth and climate change are putting a strain on water resources worldwide. Droughts and water shortages are already occurring in many regions and are expected to become more frequent and severe. This will require significant investments in water infrastructure and management systems. Desalination and water purification technologies will become increasingly important in providing safe drinking water. Countries and communities will need to find ways to conserve and distribute water more efficiently, potentially leading to conflicts over water rights and access. And speaking of water, flooding will be a growing problem in coastal areas. Rising sea levels and extreme weather events will lead to more frequent and severe floods, putting millions of people at risk of displacement. Coastal communities will need to invest in flood protection measures such as seawalls and levees. However, these measures will be expensive and may not be sufficient to prevent damage from extreme weather events. We'll see more innovative solutions like the construction of floating homes and the use of water-resistant building materials. The energy needs of the world will continue to grow as the population increases and developing countries become more industrialized. Fossil fuels are a finite resource, and their extraction and use have negative environmental impacts. Renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydropower will play a larger role in meeting our energy needs, but will still rely heavily on fossil fuels for the foreseeable future. This reliance will lead to geopolitical tensions as countries compete for access to limited resources. Global cooperation will be essential to develop and deploy clean energy technologies on a large scale. In the world of transportation, electric vehicles will be the norm. Internal combustion engine vehicles will be phased out due to their environmental impact. Autonomous vehicles will also become more common, although the full self-driving capability may still be limited to certain areas or types of roads. Advancements in battery technology will lead to longer ranges and faster charging times for EVs. Public transportation will become more efficient and integrated with the use of smart technology and autonomous vehicles. Climate change will continue to be a major challenge throughout the 22nd century. As temperatures rise, we can expect more extreme weather events such as hurricanes, droughts, and heat waves. These events will have devastating impacts on human societies and ecosystems. Global cooperation will be crucial to mitigate the effects of climate change and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We can expect significant investments in renewable energy, energy storage, and carbon capture technologies. So overall, the world in 2100 will face both challenges and opportunities. Technological advancements will improve our lives in many ways, but they will also disrupt traditional industries and ways of life. Climate change and resource scarcity will pose significant threats to human societies. But with global cooperation and innovation, we can work towards a sustainable and prosperous future. All right, now let's time travel back to 2025. I know you've been waiting anxiously for this. What should we do now that we're back in the present? Well, for starters, you could watch this video to see what life will be like in 2050. Or if you prefer something a little more lighthearted, check out this video about why 2025 is going to be a great year. Thanks for joining us on this journey through time. We hope you've enjoyed our glimpse into the future. Stay curious and keep exploring the possibilities of what lies ahead.